Ōgon Batto is about to start.
Ōgon Batto.
Hi there! Today I'd like to talk to you about Ōgon Batto, who is perhaps the world's first modern superhero. Ōgon Batto is often considered the first kamishibai play that appeared in the streets of Tokyo in 1930. Kamishibai would go on to become one of the most popular form of entertainment in Japan in the 1930s and 1950s. For more information about the history of kamishibai, please check out my other films on it. And while you're at it, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And thanks. As just mentioned, Ōgon Batto, or the Golden Bat, is generally accepted as the very first street kamishibai. The very first Ōgon Batto, and this is a copy of it, was published in Tokyo in the autumn of 1930. It was written by Suzuki Ichiro, who was 25, and illustrated by Nagamatsu Tako, who was only 16 at the time. They named the story after a popular cigarette brand. Ōgon Batto is a being from ancient Atlantis who has been sent forward in time 10,000 years to battle the evil forces facing us today. Some consider Ōgon Batto one of, if not the first, modern superhero. Ōgon Batto predates Superman, which came out in 1938, and Batman, which came out in 1939. Ōgon Batto would go on to become the most famous and popular kamishibai, spawning many imitator kamishibai. After World War II, it would be turned into radio and record tales, several live-action movies,
我は黄金バット。我は正義のために戦う。応答せよ。バット、ありがとう。
books, manga, anime series,
Ōgon Batto.
in addition to numerous toys and other promotional products. Ōgon Batto was also a promoter of health drinks. In 2000, the Japanese Postal Service put out an Ōgon Batto stamp as part of its 20th Century Design Series. What I'd like to do for you now is perform two different Ōgon Batto street kamishibai. This is a copy of the very first Ōgon Batto kamishibai. You'll note that the kamishibai cards are much smaller than typical street kamishibai cards, and street kamishibai cards are much smaller than typical educational kamishibai. This very first kamishibai also doesn't have the story written on the back, as later kamishibai did. Thus, early kamishibai performers had to memorize the lines of the story or had to ad-lib and make something up on the spot. For this very first Ōgon Batto, we actually have no idea what the order of the cards should be, nor what the story is actually about. What I'm about to perform for you is one possible version of this very first Ōgon Batto. In the peaceful Pacific Ocean, a large wave suddenly crashes, and out emerges Nazo's evil underwater lair. Take a look at my powers, for I have conquered the seas and mountains. The world is mine as soon as I get my hands on the destroyer beam. Nazo smirks. Professor Fujiwara's daughter, Masae, is being held captive in the underwater lair for information about the blueprints for the destroyer beam. Masae! Tell us where the safe holding the blueprints is located. If you don't, we'll kill your brother Masao. Why would I ever reveal that information to someone who wants to destroy the world? Meanwhile, at Nazo's lair in the Alps, a strange train engine roars as it prepares to depart. Chugga 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 chugga. On Nazo's orders, the train rushes out. The train is going to run over and kill young Masao. This blows. I went to the lair to rescue Masae and got caught. I wonder where Ōgon Batto is. Although he entered the lair with Ōgon Batto, he was nowhere to be found. Instead, all Masao could see was a train heading right towards him. Elsewhere, Nazo's henchmen are searching for Ōgon Batto in every corner of the lair. Hey, Granny! You still can't find him? We've been searching for him since last night. It's nearly dawn. If we don't find him soon, Master Nazo will be furious. I understand. I'll search again after I take a brief rest, the old woman says as she walks home. As soon as she returns home, someone pushes her down. Help me! She screams. What's going on? 3 to 4 of Nazo's henchmen came in to see what the commotion was all about. Not understanding what is happening, the old woman and the henchmen are taken to a cliff and pushed off the edge. What's happening? The henchmen scream as they fall. Here is Ōgon Batto. Ōgon Batto has arrived! Nazo, I'll be taking the safe with the blueprints for the destroyer beam in it with me. Meanwhile, Masai, who's trapped in the evil underwater lair, refuses to speak of the whereabouts of the blueprints. Nazo threatens Masai. Why won't you tell us? If you refuse to speak, you can say goodbye to your brother. We'll run him over with a train. Under Nazo's orders, the lights suddenly flash on as the engine comes to life. It makes a disturbing rumbling sound as it moves forward. Ah, help me, Ōgon Batto! Young Masao screams. Here is Ōgon Batto. That's Masao's voice. Nazo must be using the train against Masao. I guess I'll have to reveal the power of my secret weapon. What could Ōgon Batto's secret weapon be? Ōgon Batto prepares his secret weapon. He aims the propellered cannon at the train. Whoosh, 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 goes the propeller as the red cannon swiftly moves towards the train. The red cannon heads for the train that is slowly approaching Masao. Kaboom! The cannon strikes the train. The train runs off the course as the rails twist and turn. Masao saved in the nick of time. Ōgon Batto runs up and says, Masao, are you okay? Uncle Ōgon Batto, thanks for saving me. I was almost chopped up. There is nothing to fear as long as Ōgon Batto is on your side. But the rejoice is short-lived. A large mass of Nazo's henchmen arrive and take cover behind the fallen train and begin shooting. Hey, Masao, it seems like those pesky guys are back. Ōgon Batto lifts the train and uses it to block the entrance of the tunnel. Nazo's henchmen on the train are so surprised they're unable to stand up. Can Ōgon Batto and Masao escape Nazo's lair? Can they save Masai? Come back tomorrow to find out. I would now like to perform for you one of the many Ōgon Batto that appeared in the post-war period. German Nazi scientist Nazo was hiding in the Swiss Alps after the fall of Berlin in April 1945. He hid his wounds by wearing black and waited for the day he could return to power. He planned to take over the world by stealing the destroyer beam from his former colleague, Professor Fujiwara. Nazo used his flying metal robot mystery tank to kidnap Professor Fujiwara's daughter, Masai. Masai, tell us about the secrets of the destroyer beam. If you don't, we'll kill you, Nazo declares. Masai replies, even though the destroyer beam can be used for peace and other people's happiness, if you get your dastardly hands on it, Nazo, it will be used for world domination and genocide. I will not let that happen. Now where is Ōgon Batto? That's when it happened. Ōgon Batto, the savior, arrives. Ha 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 ha! Ōgon Batto's laughter echoes through the Alps. Ōgon Batto flew through the sky to save Masai from Nazo's lair. Mystery Tank stands in his way. Clang, 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 clang. If it isn't Mystery Tank, I'll blow you to smithereens. Ha 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 ha! Ōgon Batto rams into Mystery Tank with his body. Kaboom! Mystery Tank is turned into metallic dust as he is hit by the mortal Ōgon Batto. Batto enters Nazo's lair. Nazo, I have come to retrieve Masai. You shall feel the sharp blades of Ōgon Batto. Ōgon Batto shielded Masai and confronted Nazo. Will Nazo win? Will Ōgon Batto win? Who will take hold of the secrets of the destroyer beam? Come back tomorrow for the continuation of the Ōgon Batto Nazo arc. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about Ōgon Batto. Please like and subscribe if you can. Thank you.